Strength and tone at your own pace. Get low, get low, get low, get low. On the carbs, on the carbs. Get high, get high, get high, get high. Take the protein to the sky. Low carb queen is here to stay. Do weight loss in your own way. Just watch the carbs that intake. Throw that processed food away. Yeah, yeah. Get low, get low, get low, get low. On the carbs, on the carbs. Get high, get high, get high, get high. Take the protein to the sky. Yeah, get low, 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 get low. On the carbs. Get low, 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 get low. On the carbs.
Hey guys, happy Wednesday to you. Hello, hello, hello. My name is Kim. I am on a weight loss journey. I'm also on Mounjaro 12.5, and I am at week 55 of Mounjaro 12.5. Hey Joshua, how are you? So glad to have you in the building. I'm down a good bit of weight, some with Mounjaro and some without. When I started Mounjaro, yes, you are first place. It's still cold in New York. When I started Mounjaro in the top of 2025, I was at 350. Today I'm at 311. On the scale at my doctor's office, which is calibrated differently, I'm at 311. Here I'm at 307 on my scale here. My lowest weight so far has been 304. So yeah, I'm up 3 pounds this week, if you didn't see that on my latest video. But yeah, so I was really contemplating whether or not I was going to go live today. It's been a lot going on, y'all. It's been a lot going on this week. So I was kind of contemplating if I was going to go live. And since I am going live, then I don't know if I'll take it down or not. It depends, because like I said, I didn't really have a topic. I know what I think sometimes is a lot of times the Lord will put things in the atmosphere. And Traveling T, hey, how are you? So glad to have you in the building. Losing it, Grace, how are you? So glad to have you in the building. And so, like, I heard Kim J talking about self-love. And I think, like I said, I think a lot of times things will, the Lord will put things in the atmosphere for everybody to grab at one time. And so it's not always like, oh, well, somebody's talking about this topic and somebody else is talking about the same topic. I just think a lot of times it's in the atmosphere. So gratitude, self-love, taking care of yourself, all of that is definitely in the air. Okay, definitely in the atmosphere. I think Ms. Toy talked about that too. Yeah. Listen, I had to take that hair. I had to take my hair out. So until my daughter, she's the one who does it for me. So until my daughter, makes another entrance, then I have to pull out one of my girls. This is Magnolia. So I just have to pull somebody out, okay? Blessings to everybody that's in here. Auntie Mama is in the building. So glad to have you. Yes. Yes, I have. I'm laughing. It's not funny. I'm laughing because she called me. And so, I talked to her, wanted to make sure she did a video. I'm going to have to go see the video. Lord have mercy. I was just so glad that she was okay, and her home was okay. Yes, indeed. So, and that's where we have to be. We have to have that attitude of gratitude, no matter what's going on. I know I sent my daughter this song, gospel song called "Lord, You've Been Good," and the gentleman, I can't remember his name. I want to say Todd something, but when he was singing it, he was like, he was singing it from a hard place, and so yeah. So my make a long story short, and I'm not going to dwell on it. I'm very grateful that God has been blessing. He's been doing, miraculously. My son-in-law actually is my oldest daughter's fiance. Young man, he had a stroke this weekend, and he's only 40 years old, y'all. And so it just it didn't it rocked me. Okay. It rocked the whole family. And so it was just a shocker. I don't even know how to, anything like that is a shock, and especially being so young. So we've been praying for him. He is doing miraculously, miraculously well. And I thank you. I just posted something on my community post. I think it was this weekend saying, oh, I didn't go live Saturday. I couldn't. And so I just, said, for y'all to pray. So those of you who have been praying, I wholeheartedly and thoroughly appreciate you. So I was just showing, this is my daughter. This is just a picture of my daughter and him. His name is D'Angelo. And so I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, I just want y'all to continue to hold him up. No, he's not on
Okay.
GOP. He's not on anything. He's just a young man. As you can see, he's not on GOP. He's not like heavy or anything. You know, um, he's just a young man. His pressure was very high. And so, he said he wasn't feeling well, so she took him. She called the ambulance, and lo and behold, he was in the middle of having that stroke when she called. So he's doing, thank God. I mean, you talk about a prayer chain. We were praying, calling people to pray, texting people to pray. Anybody who knows how to pray, like I said, I reached out to you guys. And so thank God he is doing miraculously better. When I say miraculously better, his whole right side was immovable as early as Saturday. And today, Wednesday, he's already started therapy in the hospital. He's able to stand up, able to move that leg, and he's doing miraculously better, just miraculously better. And of course, worried about him, worried about my daughter, you know, uh, the journey that lies ahead for her. Well, losing the Gray said, did he have pre-existing conditions? He had a level of high blood pressure, but he wasn't, he was a person, because he was so young, he just had to kind of watch his pressure. But his pressure was high when he got to the hospital. No, he's not on the GOP. Mm-mm. You know. Oh, okay. Oh, and so, you just have to pray, and you have to, like I said, I'm going through the chat, have an attitude of gratitude. And that's kind of really what I wanted to say today. Sometimes you think you have a lot of problems, and then when a real problem, I don't want to sound like everybody's problem is valid, because I even learned this from my oldest daughter. She said, Mom, 10 people can go through the same exact thing, but they can all react differently to it. And so that's so true. And so, you just have to be mindful of, the blessings that are in your life. That's how I see it. You have to be mindful of the blessings. I hope you guys took the poll. Let me go see real quick. Did anybody take the poll? We've got 100%. Let's see, 100%. Okay, show up imperfectly anyway. Okay, okay. Yes, to show up anyway, in spite of. And so, and I'm not a person. Hey, Miss Toy, how you doing? So glad to have you in the building. Okay. I'm not a person that can always hide like my feelings and stuff. Especially if it's the inner circle. Like if something is going on with me, 9 times out of 10 is going to show. Oh, thank you. I've been seeing you over there with the challenges. Yes, perspective. Yes. And so, just like Kim J was saying in her live on Tuesday, you have to make sure that, your glass, are you a glass half full or a glass half empty type of person? So you have to be grateful. And if y'all got any questions for me, you could definitely ask. Yes, I know that's right. Grateful to be healthy, alive, and here on this fine earth. I know that's right. I know that's right because a lot of times, like I say, not to minimize anything that anybody's going through, but a lot of times, things that seem like problems, they just they just they're not problems when something else bigger comes along. And so, we have to be mindful of that. So yeah, people are speaking, and let me get over here to my notes. I said I was going to try to have a few notes just in case, but we took the poll, and let's see what else. Let me see. You just have to have like that balanced life. Some people can seemingly go through life and they're just like, I don't want to say problem free, but it just sometimes, have you ever noticed sometimes, and maybe it's happened to somebody out here in the chat, where, and then people don't always share. I have to be careful because I'm an oversharer. But people could be going through things and you never know it. And so it might seem like, excuse me, it might seem like, oh, well, they don't ever have any problems. Most of the time, no matter what I'm going through, I'm going to go through with a smile on my face because I'm trusting and believing God. But, sometimes things can take you by surprise. Doesn't mean you still don't trust and believe God, because I definitely been trusting and believing God and thanking Him for all of the blessings that He's given us, and the like I say, the miraculous healing that's taking place. He's walking, he's talking better. Did I move today? You mean as in exercise? You know what? Why is this acting? Oh, because I'm not on StreamYard. I'm like, why aren't the comments coming up? Um. Oh yeah, you need to be my coach. Losing it, Grace. You need to be my coach. She said, "Did you move today?" No, I did not. I did not move. I did not go to work. First of all, I moved though. Was today Wednesday? I moved Monday and Tuesday. I'm trying to get my routine where I exercise 3 times a week, a minimum. And I really want to do 5, but my minimum is 3. And I'm trying to do it in the morning to get it out of the way. So I did do it Monday and Tuesday. Today I didn't. Now I went to the doctor. I went to the doctor last week because I was having problems with my ear. The problem didn't get solved. So I went to the doctor again on Monday. I think it was Monday after I got off work. And my old doctor, she had left and now she came back. So I made an appointment. I just looked on my chart and I noticed that she was there. So I made an appointment with her and we talked, and she said she's back part time. But I told her I really wanted her to be my primary physician. Didn't have anything, my nurse practitioner, whatever that they are now. I said I didn't have anything against the girl that I was currently seeing, but I'm older, she's younger. One of my daughters goes to her, and it's fine. She loves her, it's fine. I just she came, she came in there with some lashes on, and I just couldn't take her seriously. She's always kind of aggressive when she's telling me what to do. So anyway, make a long story short, my old doctor, my old nurse practitioner, she was there and she said, you have fluid on your ears, on your ear, on my left ear. It was messing with my equilibrium and it was making my head was just pounding. I kept taking aspirin, and then when this whole incident happened, I was like, is this stressing me out? Because my head is really bothering me. So, so I didn't go to work. I got all my medication and I didn't go to work yesterday and I didn't go to work today. So they gave the nurse practitioner, she gave me a steroid, and she could really kind of ask me, did I want it? Because she was like, it can do two things. It can raise your sugar and it can make you hungry. But I took it anyway because, I need to get this situation with my ear done. She gave me some nasal spray and she gave me some muscle relaxers and was like, obviously don't take these during the day because it's going to have an effect on you. So the protein that I had today, I know I need to watch her videos more and really just not watch them, but get some good ideas. Because my protein, I was trying to get my protein up. Some days are good and some days are not. Let me see. Now, I haven't put in my dinner yet, but my total protein for the day is 25 grams of protein. And let me see. So I had, and I was surprised because I had 3 breakfast links, 3 sausage links for breakfast. That was 10. I know y'all not going to be able to see that. Yeah, you're not going to be able to see that. That was 10 grams of protein. I had some grits. That was only 2 grams of protein. I had American cheese. That was 8 grams of protein. I had a slice of solar bread. That was 5 grams of protein. And then, I had for lunch. I didn't put in my lunch. I just did a repeat for the breakfast. I just had some more sausage because I made extra. Nobody ate it. So for lunch, I did 3 more sausage links. Let me see if I can add that in. And then I also did some more grits, which I shouldn't have had the grits, but I love grits. So, and then for dinner, I had a salad. I made myself a salad I'm live. I'm okay. I made myself a salad with tuna. And so I'll have to put that in. So it's probably more than the 25. How many grams of protein did you have today? So that put me up to 37 with the lunch. And then the dinner. With the dinner, I'll add the tuna. I probably ate half of that tuna salad. Homemade tuna. I don't know. It was a 4-ounce can. Let me go back up here in the chat. Thank you, Miss Toy. Thank you. I did. I see I put out a video today. That was supposed to be my Monday weekly update video, which I gotta change my thumbnail, put weekly update. But I put in that I had the bone broth. I had that for breakfast, believe it or not, on Friday. And it was pretty good. It was turmeric and ginger. I would definitely buy it again. And I'm going to need to buy it. Well, that's the question. My dietitian asked me that because I went to go see it's called Life Core. I went to see the dietitian and the health nurse practitioner. I'm gonna do the video for that. But she asked me, could I, because I'm going to be doing no meat for Lent. She was like, well, are you going to be able to do bone broth? So if it's made with meat, I guess I can. Hey, Doses of Shani, how are you? So glad to have you in the building. People are speaking to Shani. Yeah, so I really have to work hard on that protein, and it's probably going to be a little bit more difficult because I'm going to be doing no meat for Lent. But honey, I need to hear from God. I got to sacrifice something. I need to hear from God for real, okay? Not just the day to day. I got to go deep, right? So that's just apple juice. People are speaking. Oh my God, Gray. What? Oh, I missed that. Let's see. Um, Gray said you had 142 grams and you've already eaten your dinner and everything. That's phenomenal. That's phenomenal. Yeah, that's super, super good. But yeah, I gotta figure it out. That's why the meal planning and prepping and all of that is so important. Shani, what happened to your channel? Somebody is asking what happened to your channel. It's hard to get in. So I know you do no, you have to be doing about 40 to 50 grams of protein per meal. I guess at this point for me, it doesn't matter whether it's processed or not processed. Just let me focus on getting the protein in because it's tough. Okay, you finished at 6. All right. Will you shut it down? Is that like intermittent fasting, or will you do a snack or something like that? Will you have a snack later on, a protein snack? I tried one of the slays, the slay or nay that Felicia does. I tried I can't pronounce it, the Okios um, yogurt. It was a no for me. I'm going to stick with my Noosa yogurt. I really do like the Noosa. And then I bought some granola to go with it. Sandra James, living it. Hey, how are you? So glad to have you in the building. Guys, if people come in and you're not connected, please type get low, lowercase, one word, get low, and your channel will come up and people can go check your channel out if they choose. I also saw, what was I about to say? Reset with Anissa. She did a poll about what you needed to work on the most, and as you know, as a GLP-1 weight loss on your GLP-1 weight loss journey. And I think it was hands down protein. That seems to be the biggest right now. My dietitian is saying, because I don't focus on calories, but I'm gonna have to start focusing on calories because she's saying, okay, you're getting more carbs, less protein, and less calories. So I gotta kind of, switch that around. I need to be doing at least 1,700 calories. My fitness power is set at 1,850, but most of the time I don't reach that. So glad to know you're doing well. Let's see. You said only if Lil Jon promises to show his face. I'm not sure. Uh, oh, you mean okay? I guess I know what you're talking about. We used to call it outflow. We used to call it outflow. But yeah, if y'all have any questions for me, it's kind of late for it, and we all been in this community for a get to know you video, but I really, like I said, I was just, as y'all said in the poll, trying to show up anyway because I didn't go live Saturday, And so I was like, I'm going to show up today. And I couldn't even think of a topic, like what to talk about, except y'all better listen. Y'all better enjoy life, live your life, enjoy life, be grateful, because things can happen, you know, things can just happen overnight to completely change your life. Like, that's what I keep going over in my head. Like, my daughter's life and her fiance's life have changed, like in a moment. It's not ever going to be the same from this moment on. And so, you have to remember those types of things and think about them. Let's see. Okay, so you're going to do a video about it. Okay, Shawnee. Yes. As soon as I figure out, because a couple people have asked me about the song, as soon as I figure out how to, get it to where people can have access to it, I will. I definitely will. Yes, we want to know. I know that's right, Auntie Mama. She said, absolutely, it changed for me. Life can, and then, even if it's something happening to you personally, the people who are connected to you is going to affect them one way or the other, and so it can become very, very, you know, very difficult. And then you got to do all of that. You got to process what happened. You got to process, getting better, all of that. So, like I said, I'm grateful that he is doing so, so well. So well. Oh my gosh. Because he's young. Because in the beginning, the way they were talking, oh my goodness, they're going to do this and they're going to do that and they're going to do this. But he's doing better. And that's, I think that's one of the key things, to get them moving immediately if you can, if they can, to get them moving, because his whole right side, like I said, was not moving, but now, he's doing so much better, so much better. Mm-mm-mm. Did y'all see Evelyn and her dance? She's so happy to be an empty nester. My goodness. I'm happy for her. Happy for her. Some people are happy about being an empty nester, and some people aren't. I promise y'all, every time I get on here, my voice start acting up, and I can't even tell you why. I can't tell you why. So even though my ear is still popping, I feel like I may go to work tomorrow. Oh my gosh. My principal, I was out yesterday, saw her Monday. We always have visitors. She had a group of people walking around, one of which I knew. They were like, hey, how you doing? So how about she sent out an email, a mass email yesterday evening, letting everybody know that if you missed the meeting on Tuesday, that she's leaving. Her last day was Tuesday. She's going into the district office. I was like, oh no, oh my gosh. So when I go in, I guess I'll find out who the new principal is, who the new kid on the block is. She's been a great principal. I mean, I've been a principal before, and she is a great principal. My hat off to her, okay? My goodness, you never would see her in her office ever. If you saw her in her office, it was probably either 5 minutes before a meeting or 5 minutes after a meeting. And if you stop her in the hallway, it's cool. But you stop her in that office, she like, come on, what you want? Cause I got to go. So I'm happy for her. She's been there 6 years. I've been there about 3. But yeah, she's a great principal. You got to have good, Miss Toy, if you're still in here, and losing the grades. Anybody in education know, well, you got to have a good leader. If you have a good leader, then, the job can pretty much flow pretty easy if you have a good leader. But honey, if the leader is not good, it's going to be a whole entire mess. And I really enjoyed her because all the retired people that work part time, few of them were her friends because they all work together. But she would pretty much let us do whatever we wanted to do. I mean, we have a schedule, but like, oh, you need to take off? Oh, you going out of town? Like, okay, it's fine. Just put the time in. I don't know if that's gonna happen moving forward. I just don't know. Mm-mm-mm. Yes, indeed. I'm looking to see what else. What else? Because I'm not gonna hold y'all long. I just wanted to pop in, like I said, and say, be grateful, be kind, be nice, love people. Okay. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. I connected with Sandra through Kendi K. So if y'all don't have her, go connect with her. Absolutely. Your administration, your admin is everything. Everything. I've been thinking about, I don't want to, I enjoy teaching, but I always say it, but I don't want the responsibility. I don't want the responsibility. I don't want the lesson plans. Yes, yes. Yes, I need you. You on the right, Miss Toy, and losing the grades on the left. On my right and on my left, okay? Like, you need to sacrifice some carbs instead of the protein. I really do. I really do. Oh, you said sacrifice the carbs. I just got what you said. You talk about for Lent. Ooh, child. That might not be a bad idea. That might not be. But if I sacrifice the carbs, I'll be thinking of it as a diet. And that's not what I'm trying to do. That's traditional to do no meat for Lent. But you do have a valid point. You do have a valid point. I'm gonna have to ponder that. I have to think about that. But if I do that, then that means I'm just gonna be eating meat and vegetables. No carbs whatsoever. Or do I have a carb? Do I give myself a carb limit? Or no carbs whatsoever? See there, that's how you go. Just trying to bargain. I'm not, because even with the no meat, you still could have like seafood. I'm allergic to fish, like freshwater fish, but I could have like shrimp, crab legs, tuna. I can have seafood and stuff in that area. But so I don't have no leeway for carbs, not unless I can't. I can't do like, oh, not unless I give myself 50 carbs a day or something like that. It would probably have to be no carbs whatsoever. Oh, then I'll pass out. Losing the grace and preach. Yes, indeed. Today is hump day. Yes, yes. Give it. Well, giving up meat is a sacrifice. Giving up what's a real sacrifice. Now the carbs, that would definitely be a real sacrifice. I just don't know if that's a spiritual sacrifice. Does that make sense? Because I'm not doing this for weight loss or GOP or anything like that. I'm doing it for spiritual. I have to think about that. I really do. I have to think about that. Huh. And that's true. That's true. Y'all coming for me. Come, now we got Joseph Sashadi in there. For real, for real. And that's true because uh on the Pastor Kim side, on my other channel, I was saying to people, okay, look, if you have medication and you can't give up, food per se, then you can give up something else. You can give up TV time, scrolling time. So you could definitely give up something, some type of sacrifice. Okay. Okay. Because I'm like, carbs, it's not so much that carbs are important. It's just finding the good balance of protein, a good balance of protein, good protein, you know. But I'll think about it, y'all. I'll let y'all know. It'll be on my other channel, but I'll think about it. I have to think about that, because I don't want to be like, oh, okay, well, I mean, I hadn't even thought about carbs because, like I said, I hadn't thought about that because it's like a spiritual thing. So I hadn't really thought about carbs, but I have been thinking about how am I going to get my protein in with not eating the meat. So that probably will make me eat more carbs. But I was thinking about like beans and stuff. I bought some extra beans. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to figure it out. Definitely got to have a plan. Let's see. Uh, Imagine if you had to give up. No, that would not work. That wouldn't do it. That wouldn't do the spiritual or the natural any good. That's why I say people who are on different medications, and I'm even on medication. People who are on different medications. I don't want anybody trying to, like not eat or fast, because back in the day, you used to would fast also, or as an alternative, maybe not just give up meat. But I remember one time we fasted till 3 o'clock every day for 40 days. That was like a long time ago when I was young in Philadelphia. The church, that's what they did. They fasted every day for those 30 days. I mean, 40 days until 3. So it's different types of things that you can do, but it definitely has to be a sacrifice. Definitely. Yeah. I'm just like I say, trying to figure out, and then I have to be careful with the shrimp and stuff like that because, well, particularly with shrimp, because that can raise your cholesterol. Shrimp can raise your cholesterol. Boiled eggs can raise your cholesterol. So, got to be careful with that. When I was trying to do the pescatarian a while back, like I said previously, my cholesterol was going up. So, you got to think about it, all of it, and figure it out. But I'm going to have some different options for myself and for others. Is anybody else doing anything for Lent in any way? Anything at all? Giving up anything? Hello. Oh, that's what I wanted to ask y'all too, because I put that in my video. Do y'all does like some foods really smell bad to me, like the turkey chomps, like the turkey sticks? Oh, they smell so bad. I couldn't eat them. Are y'all having any type of side effects when it comes to certain foods, maybe that you used to eat before, but now they smell bad? Like I just feel like my nose is a little bit more keener. Let me see. Let me see what y'all saying. She said, imagine giving up the GOP. And some people are just on a weight loss journey. Some people are not on the GOP. They're just on a weight loss journey, period. You know, Hey, Lorna Dawn, I see you back there. Yeah, so does that happen to anybody? No? Listen, I wish it would happen when it came to junk. No? Okay. No real food aversions for you. All right, well, that's good. I'm definitely always trying to find the low carb snacks. Trying to find those. Mm-mm-mm. But yeah, as y'all say, give yourself grace. Don't be too hard on yourself. Enjoy life. You thinking about Auntie Mama says she's thinking about what to give up. Yes, I agree. Some sweets are extra sweet, and some desserts you've given up. Yeah, if you don't have something for a long time, that's how it was with that bacon. And that, sweet and salty. I hadn't had bacon for a while, and then when I made that bacon, I couldn't eat it. I couldn't eat it because it was so salty, but at the same time, I couldn't believe that I had been eating that previously and it was as salty as it was. So, that's just a reminder that our taste buds will adjust. If we do without it, it seems like it's bland sometimes, but if you do without it, they'll readjust because I could not eat it. It was too salty. And I agree with what you said with what you were saying about eating something sweet. If you haven't eaten it for a long time and then you go back and eat it, super, super, super sweet. I hope that they don't find anything on like Splenda or Stevia because I use those a lot. There's just no data out. The only thing that I know about is that it is sweeter than regular sugar. So but it's working for me. It's definitely working. All right, no other questions. Y'all have really given me something to think about. Something to think about. Yeah, but I would definitely have to limit. We'll have to put a limit. Well, keto is 20 carbs a day, period. That's pure keto. So I don't know. I'll figure it out. But yeah, I appreciate y'all for being in here. Thank y'all for your prayers and your concerns, all of that. I appreciate y'all. And I'm not even going to hang out much longer because, like I said, I just popped in to just show up. That's all I did was pop in to show up, to be present in the moment. Oh, yeah, if y'all watch my video, I'm returning to some of my old hobbies. Just try to do stuff to relax. If I could, I'd be travel every 3 to 4 months. So since I can't do that anymore for right now, I have to find some activities, just some things to relax, you know. So I'll be sharing some of that with y'all as well. All right. Well, I guess that's about it for me. I'm over the chasing Twonderland, chasing getting to the twos because it seems like every time I chase it to try to get there, it's just like this roller coaster type thing. So I'm just gonna get there when I get there. I'm not even gonna stress about it. I'm not gonna stress about it, not one little bit. Let's see. Okay, let me check the poll one more time. Blah 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 blah. Okay, so 30% said lean on routines. The question was, when life feels heavy, how do you feel showing up? 30% said lean on routines. 40% said show up imperfectly anyway. Hello. Zero says celebrate small wins, and 30% said allow emotions without stopping. Yeah, I'm definitely going with that one too. Allow emotions without stopping because I'm a pretty emotional person. I'm gonna become emotional about a situation and then take a deep breath and bring it on down. Do y'all hold it in or do y'all just let it out, scream, hoop, holler, and have a good cry and then just move on? What do you do? Because I'm gonna have to talk about it. I'm gonna have to cry about it. Whatever is going on. Yes, yes, Grace. Yes, when you least expect it. Yeah, because I keep thinking about it, worrying about it, going to the scale about it, you know, but it's still not working. But yeah, I've been doing, like I say, I've been doing exercise this week. So, and I did a little bit last week. So I'll get there. I will get there. All right, guys. I appreciate y'all so, so much. If y'all don't have any more questions, Uh, then I think I'm gonna just cut it loose. And I gotta make an executive decision to go to work tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, I only work 5 hours, but I don't like it when my ears popping. But yeah, and then I only work. Tomorrow will be my last day. I work Monday through Thursday. Yes, acknowledge your emotions and keep moving. I do understand that. I definitely have to acknowledge my emotions. Definitely. Are you going live tonight, Shawnee? Auntie Mama says, be blessed. Thanks for sharing your time with us. Oh, thank you, Auntie Mama. Thank you for sharing your time. You know, I appreciate you so, so much. Oh my gosh. Yes, I do. I appreciate you so much. Yes, indeed. All right, guys. This is my like third closing. You vote, I take the day. You sound like Kendi. You say take, just go ahead on and take the day. Well, you know from working. That's why I say my old principal didn't care, because you know from working. Well, you still teaching no matter what job. You couldn't take off more than 3 days. That third day you had to come in with a note. I mean, I could get a doctor's note. I could just message and get a doctor's note. Ah, okay. Latanya me. So glad to see you. Yeah, so glad to have you in the building. Yes, mental health day. I'm all for those. All for the mental health day. My God. When I tell you, I've been talking to my daughter around the clock, okay? Around the clock. I think I got off the phone with her last night after 1. And then I got another call. Laid down, got another call around 3. So I knew I wasn't going to work then. But I'm retired. I'm retired. I have put my time in, okay? So I do this for the extra coins to keep busy. So I won't be sitting around all day, eating and watching Netflix and yada, yada, yada. Miss Toy, did you ever discuss that show you wanted us to watch? I think it was His and Hers, because I definitely watched it, but I'm tired now. This might be my last year. We get out in May. It might, I don't know. I'll see. Okay, you have a meeting in 30 minutes and then Bible study. Will try your best, but you're on call tomorrow. Okay. Okay. Yeah, well, let us know. Let us know. She said, go forth and do great things. Traveling T. Thank you. Thank you, dear. I appreciate that so, so much. Yeah, like I said, he's doing miraculously well, but just being there for her, encouraging her, all the different things that, she's going through. And it's kind of like there's a little bit of deja vu for me, because some of you who know about my husband and what's going on with him. And, I've had to go through some of the similar things that she's currently going through right now. So I've been trying to, you know, help her to get a few steps ahead. You need to go ahead on and do this now. So, yeah. So all of that, you know. Hey, Munjar joining with Pam. So glad to have you in the building. So all of that. It's one thing for you to go through something. Those of you who have children, even if you got nieces and nephews, that you're close to, listen, it's one thing for you to go through something. But honey, when you see your child go through something, ooh, that weighs heavy. That weighs way heavier. I know it does for me. So it just, if you could, if you could help them get through things or help them to avoid different things, of course you would. But we know that that's not possible. Pam says, I feel that we go through hard times so we can help others too. Absolutely. 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 You know, listen. People don't like to talk about that, without preaching. Jesus said, look, if you suffer with me, you'll reign with me. Ah, you said you saw my video. You have to go back and comment. Yeah, I get it because I do that a lot. Y'all know I'll be watching TV and sometimes I'll pull up my phone and comment, you know, during the course of the video or even afterwards, just so that you'll know that I watched it. But a lot of times I'm watching on TV. Kim J, how are you? So glad to have you in the building. Kim J, sweet, healthy life over there, encouraging people. Yes, 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 yes. You said, low carb queen, you cannot pour from an empty cup. Your life experience cup is full. Thank you. Yes, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And, just trying to help. Yes, I know that's right. Listen, we ought to get together and do that. Write an anthology. I could write a book about your children going through hard times as adults. I know that's right, because when they're young, they get on your nerves. Stop that, sit down, da 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 da. But honey, when they get older, when they become adults, when they go through different things, it wears on your heart. That's why I said, I was like, I need to stay home. I'm feeling a little stressed, and it was fluid on the air, but I was like, oh, Lord, heal this child, please. Heal him. Heal him for his sake and for her sake. Because, honey, mm, 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 she was just so undone. So undone. And she is like her mother, very emotional. Everybody is saying hi and blessings to you, Kim J. Everybody is saying hi. And so, yeah, these children, they can definitely wear on you emotionally, wear on you stress. They can definitely cause stress. And like I said previously, my daughter was telling me the autoimmune diseases, and I'm not a doctor, but they come from stress, autoimmune diseases. So and we have, a lot of people have them. A lot of people culturally have them. So you gotta try to be stress free. Like Kim. Kim, I was saying, like, a lot of times God will put something in the atmosphere for everybody. He's saying the same thing to everybody. And I think Miss Toy, like I said, mentioned this before. Like, sometimes it just feels like, oh, if this person is talking about it, then this person start talking about it, then this person. I don't think it's like, okay, well, you're talking about it, I'm talking about it, the next person. I've been on this gratitude thing since well, that's just my life period, just having a attitude of gratitude, because I know that you will get more from God. Favor will come to you if you are grateful. But just knowing how he's been doing better day by day, every 24 hours, and just praying and thanking and declaring it. And so when I jumped over there to your channel last night, Kim, and I was saying, you were talking about the self-love and things like that. Yes, you do have to love yourself, you know, and most of us, I feel like, as women, most of us, we love others. We really do have to learn how to love ourselves. Excuse me, a lot of people, because you just give, you just love and give all the time. And so, you just pour out. What else can you do? I call myself a servant leader. I am a servant leader. I am happiest when I am helping others. That's just who I am. Okay, if I can help you, I'm a troubleshooter. If you telling me your problem, I'm going to think about, give you solutions, try to find a way to fix it. You might just want to vent. You know what I mean? So that's what my daughter and I was saying. Because she calls me her best friend. I said, okay, well, I'm trying to be a best friend and listen. I said, but mom keeps kicking in. Mom keeps kicking best friend out the way, like. So I'm trying to I'm trying to balance it and make it work, because that's who I am, a servant leader. Period and point blank. And everybody don't have that, and that's okay. everybody speaking. Everybody doesn't have that, you know. And you do what you can. Some people, I started to put in your chat, Kim, yesterday, that when you're on the airplane, the flight attendant, when she's giving the instructions, she says what? She says, put the mask over yourself first. Okay, I don't care who's sitting next to you. In order for you to help them, you're gonna have to give yourself some oxygen first. All right. And so, we have to learn that. So often, especially when it comes to relationships, we are trying to love others to the extent that we want to be loved. If I do this, if I do that, then they will show love, they will do this. No, no. Because their needs may not be your needs. Okay, and you may be giving them something that they don't have a need for. So that's why communication is paramount. Communication is key, y'all. Kim J says, oh, yes, Queen, he does. And when he does, that means it's needed within the community. Listen and take heed. It's where our blessings are. Yeah, it happens with preachers. It's in the atmosphere. Back in the day, the little testimony song. You'll be thinking of a song when they used to have testimony service, and then the next thing you know, somebody across the church get up and start singing it, and you're like, oh, I was just thinking about that. I was about to sing it, because that's what needs to be heard. It's in the atmosphere. And so, listen, you just have to be grateful wherever God has you in this season and in this moment. You just have to be grateful. A lot of people are praying for mates, but just be grateful right now, because it may not be a season for you to have a mate. Glory to God. Okay, I'm gonna get off of here, because this is not Pastor Kim's court. I be done started preaching for real. Yes, put your mask on first and then on others. Absolutely. Our former first lady, Michelle, they asked her, how does she balance everything? I think it was her or her husband. She said, when I'm happy, everybody's happy. When I'm happy, everybody is happy. And so we have to be mindful of that, because, a person can come in your space and change the atmosphere just by their presence. They can come in and change the atmosphere. And and if they do, you want it to be good. I mean, even those who are married, a husband could come in if he's had a bad day or whatever, and he want peace and quiet. He can change the atmosphere of that household. And so we have to be mindful of that. Yes, indeed. I used to tell my girls when they were younger, like Lorna, when she was younger. Lorna's a talker. She's like her father. I used to say, okay, I need, come in from work, I need about 15 minutes. I need 15 minutes of silence, sometimes 20. And then I can, jump into mom mode and give you what you need. But it's just been a busy day, so I need about 15 minutes. And so, I'm just talking, y'all. I'm just rattling on, because I told y'all I had no topic. Kitty K is in the building. Come on in with the cute hair club. Thank you. You love Magnolia. This is Magnolia. Yes, we had to go in the drawer and pull her out for emergency purposes, okay? I want to lock my hair so bad, so that I don't even have to be bothered. But the lock journey helped me today. The lock journey. Yeah. So if y'all don't have any other questions or comments, I'm going to ease on out. Anybody else going live? Let me see. Oh, I see. Joseph said, yes, I understand. I'm sitting in the car sometimes just to decompress. Oh yeah, that's a biggie. That's a biggie. I will sit in my car for 10, 15, 20 minutes Sometimes I'm on the phone talking to somebody. Sometimes I'm just decompressing. Decompressing. Oops, let me see. I missed somebody. Let me go back up here. I bet I could turn some corners. You could turn some corners of that. People are speaking. Yeah, you want sister locks. I want locks. I just want to be able to get up and not do my hair, but I want it, I don't want to go through that process. And I've tried a couple times. You thought this was the replay. Polly's podcast. So glad to have you in the building. Guys, don't forget to type get low. Good afternoon. I'm so happy to catch you live. Yeah, how have you been? I haven't seen you for a moment. Yes, indeed. There's so many folks in the YouTube streets. Let's see. Kim J says it feels different when the message is coming from God through the people. Yes, the atmosphere switches. Absolutely. Yes, it does. And sometimes people don't like who is coming through, even though it's true. We was reading that in Luke um, on Tuesday. Our Bible study is on Tuesday. We were reading that. Jesus was like, look, you represent me. I told y'all. Okay, Joseph Shine said, dealing with sickness and death on a daily, yes, can be very hard. Absolutely. Absolutely. When you're dealing with that, and when you are, like I say, when you are a servant leader, that's why I love everybody. I love Auntie Mama. Auntie Mama, because she's on the low carb queen side and the Pastor Kim side. But like she will pray for me, pray for my family. You know, she will acknowledge that as a separate prayer, and I appreciate her for that because when everybody is calling you or asking you to pray for them or telling you what's going on in their life, close or not close, friend or family, church or not church, period and point blank, you know, you have to take all of that in. And of course, if it's your assignment, it's your assignment, but you still need prayer. You still need prayer. You still don't want to get burnt out. You don't want to embellish. Our old pastor used to tell us, you've been working on that altar and you praying for people and stuff like that. When you get home, don't have no heavy discussions. Go home, take your shower, sit down somewhere and relax. Don't talk about nothing heavy. Don't make no major decisions. None of that. Just chill. Because ministry and praying for people and all of that, that's a big deal. It's a big deal. Kim J said, Pam said, it's okay, preach. Yes, yes, indeed. People are speaking. Mm-mm-mm. So you just have to do what you can do. Do what you can do to help folks as best you can. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Yes, y'all connect with Polly's podcast if you don't have her. Um, I think I had. I know you can type get low, and I think you can also type protein, but I think you have to do the exclamation mark protein. Yeah, shifting the atmosphere. Indeed, indeed. That's why sometimes people can come in the room and they can have a smile, they can be cordial. Woo! And I know the world might call it their whatever, I don't know. But honey, the discernment kicks in, all of that kicks in. You know what I'm saying? All of that. And you just want to be positive. You want to be positive. I can't deal with too much negativity. Don't forget the thumbs up. She said, bam, I'm number 11 on the thumbs up. I appreciate you. So appreciate it. Oh, thank you, Auntie Mama. Auntie Mama is a sweetheart. You hear me? Don't sleep on her. Yes, Doses of Shiny said, yes, that altar, you better know it. That altar will wear you out. Say it just like that. And that's just something, I've always been in the trenches in that area, always been in the trenches, and it just is what it is. It is what it is. And I listen, I thank God for it. I thank God for wherever He has me, wherever He has me. Let's see. The Queen is amazing and tough woman, helping so many people. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for that. To God be the glory. That's for real, for real. That's what it's all about. To God. Oh yeah, in the trenches, honey, in the trenches. To God be the glory. That's what it's all about. Because and in the trenches don't mean it don't mean like poverty or ghetto or whatever. The trenches means people with deep problems, deep situations, deep troubles. Okay, sometimes people don't want to share with anybody, and then if they feel comfortable enough to share with you, and you like, oh my goodness, because the residue of what they're going through or what they've been through is nowhere on them, the residue of it. And so when you see people, that's why it's so good not to judge, because you can see people going through something and you don't know their story. We all know this. You don't know the person's story. But when they sit down and talk and open up, then you like, my God, today, and so that's why it behooves us to pray. That's what we have to do. We have to pray for one another and be kind to one another. Be kind, okay? That's biblical. Be kind because you know you it's humanity. Human beings. Be kind to human beings. I always say people have to put forth an effort. They have to put forth an effort to be mean, even something so simple as not speaking. Now, here I am coming from the north, because when I first came down here, I didn't speak, because that's not what we do up north. We don't speak. You walk past somebody and you just go by your business, do what you're doing. But when you come to the South, people speak. Good morning. How you doing? Good morning. And then you get accustomed to it. But people will make a conscious decision to not speak. To to not speak. And I find that to be amazing, because that means you're thinking about it and you're thinking about me. Like, why would you spend that much time on that? If I walk past a group of 3 to 4 teachers and I say, good morning, ladies, good morning, everyone, and 3 out of the 4 speak on more than one occasion, did or when you see me coming, the one that doesn't speak turns around, because all the teachers got to stand outside. So they turn around and start talking to their classroom or standing there until I walk by. Like, you thinking about that. Why? Like, your thought process concerning me is deep. And I don't deserve that. I don't deserve that. That's how I feel like, you know, just whatever you got going on in your head concerning me, you need to get rid of it, because it's just a hello. That's all it is. It's a hello. I don't get like, but I like, you don't speak later for you. I'm just like, girl, listen, I don't take y'all home. I don't expect y'all to take me home. Let me jump up in here and see what is going on. Polly said, I found it a bit embarrassing at first to share my journey. It was tough at the start. Oh, yeah, me too. I wouldn't tell anybody how much I weighed for nothing. I think in 2024 is when I first started announcing my weight. In January of 2024, I was too embarrassed. I couldn't do it. And I didn't want people that I knew watching my channel to be like, what? But they don't watch anyway. They don't watch anyway. Maybe 1 or 2 of my girls watch, but family, some family watch, but very few. They don't watch, and that's fine. Kendi says, okay, I keep looking to see if we on Pastor, but there is still a word from the Lord. given to us by the angel. Oh, thank you so much. Listen, I'm following Kim J. I'm following Kim J. Sweet Healthy Life because you know when you go over there, you're gonna get information. You know, she's gonna give you the facts. You might get a sermon, you might get prayer, you're gonna get encouragement, you're gonna get all of that. Okay. Okay. We will not be what? Boxed in. Okay. Yes. Oh, yes. And being an intercessor, absolutely. Absolutely. That's what Lorna is. Lorna is an intercessor, y'all. That child is an intercessor. Kim J singing a song. Somebody prayed for me, had me on their body. They had me on their body. I don't know if they was praying. But I'm just saying, like, it just takes too much effort to do some things, you know. I don't know what be going on in people's mind. I could come out my door and you know, one neighbor will speak and one neighbor won't. You know, they could be saying the same thing about me. Maybe one day they spoke to me and I didn't hear it and I didn't answer, so they might be like, "Oh, I ain't speaking to her no more." You know, it'd be a lot going on in people's thought process. Let's see. Joseph Shani says to Kendi, "I was thinking the same thing. She has tried." She's tried to close 4 times. Lord have mercy, Jesus. I just be trying to encourage people. Kendi says, it is so weird to be in the Pacific Northwest because in the South, we speak. Even when driving the highway in the car with the window rolled up, we throw our hand up and speak. Okay. Yeah, I mean, speaking is a thing. My dear queen, your face looks slim and healthy. You are glowing. Keep up the good work. God bless you. Thank you so, so much. I appreciate you so much. Yeah, I be pulling out some of those old pictures like, woo, wee. I appreciated you when you also wished my teen grandson for continued remission in his leukemia cancer. Oh, listen, bless God. We bless God. Continue. We say it even now, continue remission, because that's what he's promised us, healing. He said by his stripes we're healed. That's what I keep telling him concerning my son-in-law. You said by your stripes he is healed. That's what you said, Lord. That's what you said. By your stripes. My God, my God. And so that's what we pray for your grandson. By his stripes. By the stripes of Jesus. He took those stripes so that we could be healed. And okay, I was on my phone. Now I'm on my laptop. I was on my phone. Now I'm on my laptop. I don't know what happened. Man, them airways, them demonic forces say, oh, no, you won't. No, no, you won't. But yes, we will. You sound like a first lady. Yes, yes.
Polly is praying for your son, your grandson. That meant so much to me. Those first 2 years were so crazy, the hardest thing we went through. He is going to be 18 next month. Praise the Lord. God is good. God is good. And that's what I'm saying. People don't know the journey that people go through, and they don't know the stories that people go through. Mm-mm-mm. Won't Kim J give us a full-blown documentary? Yes, yes. You know what did they used to call that, Kim? At the watch night service? No, it wasn't watch night. It was the midnight cry. They used to do the midnight cry on the radio. My God, the midnight cry. That's what they used to do. Mm, 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 mm. Okay. Baby, what's in us is going to come out. Jesus is the center of my life, joy, and journey. I know that's right. Life her way. Yes, LMM. Hey, so glad to have you in the building. So great to see you. Oh my gosh, if y'all don't have her, please go check her out. Check out all of these channels if it's somebody in here that you don't have. Oh my goodness, go check them out. Yes, indeed. God's promises are yes and amen. Yes, they are. They are absolutely yes and amen. Indeed. Glory to God. Let's see. Yeah, we were frozen, but I'm getting ready to get off of here. Y'all see, don't pay no attention to that right there. That was a leak that I had, and then I had to get it fixed, and now we got to get the whole thing painted, but I ain't worried about it right now. I'm just not worried about it. I'm gonna get it painted, but I ain't worried about it. Okay. So don't look at it like, oh, she got no, the leak is fixed. I just gotta get the paint. But I don't worry about it. Okay, because look, YouTube will get in the cracks and crevices of your life. Okay. Thank you all so much. That's right. By his stripes. That's right. By his stripes. Polly says, I don't want to leave. You have warmed my heart. I must take my neighbor to the store. Thank you for hosting a lovely live stream. Oh, thank you for being here. I appreciate you so, so much. I'm about to leave. I'm still looking at the phone, but it's off. I'm about to leave in a few minutes myself. I'm about to get right off of here, but I appreciate y'all for hanging out. I was trying to hang in there for the 10 minutes. I mean, for the 1 hour. Not sure what has happened. Oh yeah, I was just praying. Uh, praying for my son-in-law, my daughter's fiance, technically, young man. He had a stroke, but he's doing miraculously better. And Polly was praying for grandson. Her grandson. He is cancer free in remission. So we thank God for that. Yes, indeed. All right, I'm going through the chat one more time. Yeah, I was on my phone. I don't know what happened. And it just, sometimes Stream Yard acts like that. Oh, this is when y'all was saying I was gone. Yeah. Good to see you too. Always good to see you. Good to see everybody. Good night. I thank y'all for being here. I appreciate y'all so, so much. All in the words of Kim J, all hearts and Felicia, all hearts and minds are clear. All hearts and minds are clear. I keep looking over there because I'm used to it. But yeah, if all hearts and minds are clear, I will see y'all in the YouTube streets. Low carb journey, low carb life with your low carb queen. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for your encouragement and y'all support. I appreciate y'all so, so much. Okay. You know how they do. I appreciate y'all for real. Low carb journey, low carb life with your low carb queen. And remember, every single day is a new beginning. Bye bye.